Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappé. Everyone's watching the legends, but you're making a massive mistake. Because at the 2026 World Cup, 10 young players are about to steal the entire tournament. One grew up in a Rio favela with nothing. One is only 17, breaking records Pelé set. One was valued at 100 million euros before turning 20. These aren't future stars. They're here. They're ready. And by the time this World Cup ends, the whole world will know their names. Number 10. João Neves, 21 years old, Portugal, PSG. Most people outside Europe still don't know this name. That's about to change. This season, Neves scored 5 goals and added 1 assist in Ligue 1 as a defensive midfielder. He just won back-to-back Champions League titles with PSG. He's only 21, already one of the most complete midfielders on the planet. Number 9. Karl, 18 years old, Germany, Bayern Munich. This season, he scored 5 goals and 5 assists in the Bundesliga. But here is the moment that made the world stop. On October 22, 2025, Karl scored against Club Brugge, becoming the youngest Bayern Munich player ever to score in the Champions League, aged just 17 years and 242 days. Germany haven't won a World Cup since 2014. Could this teenager be the spark that changes everything? Number 8. Keisuke Goto, 20 years old, Japan, Sint-Truiden, Belgium. You probably haven't heard this name yet, but Japan's scouts have been watching him for years. At just 17 years and 260 days, Goto made his professional debut and immediately scored a brace, breaking his club's record for youngest score. Now at 20, he's Japan's most exciting attacking weapon at this World Cup. Japan have never gone beyond the last 16 in their entire World Cup history. Goto is the player their fans believe can finally break that ceiling. Don't sleep on him. Number 7. Gilberto Mora, 17 years old, Mexico, Tijuana. The youngest player at the entire 2026 World Cup. Out of 1,248 players across 48 nations, Mora is the youngest of them all. At just 15, he became the youngest player to start and score in Liga MX history. At 16, he became the youngest ever to debut for the Mexican national team. Then, he surpassed Pelé and Lamine Yamal to become the youngest player to win a senior international trophy at the 2025 Gold Cup. Real Madrid and Barcelona are already scouting him. He is only 17. This is just the beginning. Number 6. Diomande, 19 years old, Ivory Coast, RB Leipzig. Just 2 years ago, this kid was playing high school football in the United States. Nobody knew his name. Then RB Leipzig took a chance, and Diomande absolutely exploded. This season, he scored 12 goals and 8 assists in 33 Bundesliga appearances. At just 19 years and 114 days, he became the 4th youngest player to ever reach double figures for goals in a single Bundesliga campaign. RB Leipzig valued him at a staggering 100 million euros, from American high school football to the World Cup in 2 years. Unbelievable. Number 5. Nico, 21 years old, Argentina, Como. Here's a story that sounds impossible. Nico was born in Spain, never played club football in Argentina, yet chose to represent the world champions. His father, Pablo played for Argentina at the 1998 World Cup, and now his son is doing the same. This season, he delivered 12 goals and 6 assists in Serie A, making him one of Italy's top 5 scorers. Tottenham offered 50 million euros, and Como said no. He will become the first Argentina player in history to play a World Cup without ever playing club football in Argentina. Extraordinary. Number 4. Rayan Cherki, 22 years old, France, Manchester City. Since he was 15 years old, scouts across Europe called him the most technically gifted French player of his generation. Both feet, 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, a profile almost no player on earth possesses. This season, he registered 4 goals and 12 assists in 33 appearances for Manchester City. France already have Mbappé. They already have Dembélé. But Cherki brings something different, pure unpredictability. Defenders simply don't know what's coming. At the 2026 World Cup, on the biggest stage of his life, Rayan Cherki is ready to announce himself to the entire world. Number 3. Kenan Yıldız, 21 years old, Türkiye, Juventus. He wears the number 10 shirt at Juventus, the same shirt once worn by Alessandro Del Piero and Michel Platini. That tells you everything about the weight this kid carries. This season, he delivered 10 goals and 6 assists in Serie A with an average rating of 7.5. Born in Germany, but chose Türkiye, a country that hasn't played a World Cup since 2002. The last time Türkiye were at a World Cup, Yıldız wasn't even born. Now he arrives as their greatest hope in 24 years. The wait is finally over. Number 2. Rayan, 19 years old, Brazil, Bournemouth. This is the story that will give you chills. Rayan Vitor Simplicio grew up in the Barreira del Vasco favela in Rio de Janeiro. Nothing was guaranteed. Nothing was easy. In January 2026, Bournemouth signed him from Vasco da Gama for £25 million. He immediately scored 5 goals and 3 assists in the Premier League. By March 2026, he received his first ever Brazil senior call-up. Now he stands on the biggest stage in football at just 19 years old. From a favela in Rio to the 2026 World Cup, some dreams actually come true. Number 1. Lamine Yamal, 18 years old, Spain, Barcelona. The number 10 shirt, the same shirt once worn by Lionel Messi. In 2007, a 6-month-old Yamal was photographed with Messi in a UNICEF campaign. Nobody knew that baby would one day inherit his legacy. This season, Yamal scored 16 goals and 11 assists in La Liga alone, at just 18. He already won Euro 2024 at 16, becoming Spain's youngest ever goalscorer. He has won 2 La Liga titles, 1 Copa del Rey, and 2 Copa trophies back-to-back. The greatest player of the next generation is already here. His name is Lamine Yamal. And that's your 10 young players who could completely dominate the 2026 World Cup. Every single one of them carries a story that gives you chills. Which player are you most excited about? Drop their name in the comments right now. Let's see who Goto fans are backing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, because this World Cup, we're covering every single moment. See you in the next one.